If only I didn't have this stupid power. If only someone else had been chosen as the Soul Guard. Hina, I'm so sorry.
There you are, Val. Hard to find a prettier view than the ocean. Calming, too. Feels like your heart naturally matches the rhythm of the waves. I'd find Morley out here when I first took him in. He wasn't used to city life, but he liked the sea.
He did, huh?
Back then, Morley felt responsible for the fall of Etern. So much guilt for such a small boy. You probably see what I'm trying to get at here. When it got really bad, I would give Morley things to do. Odd jobs, errands, you name it. Whether it was helping with some of the younger children or traveling with me to distant markets, I put him to work. Even introduced him to Milpa. Anything to give him a sense of community. I wanted Morley to learn more about himself and find a path of his own. It won't be easy, but you can't let this terrible accident close off your emotions. Sure, you could try to forget all about Hina, your powers, and the part you played in this tragedy, but it would solve nothing. You need to find the courage to face what happened, to face what's in your own heart.
My heart?
That's why fighting prowess is only a small part of what you need to become a Soul Guard. What matters most is your heart. And the will to carry on, for the sake of a bright future.
Although, it's not my place to force Mew into a mission Mew can't stomach anymore. I suppose if Mew're out of commission, then the Alms will just have to find their own way. By themselves, all on their lonesome. Of course, the road to the Manate Tree is full of monsters and inhospitable terrain, so a Soul Guard would be useful. But Morley and the others can hold their own against all those ferocious enemies. Probably.
Probably? What are you talking about?
Karina?
This pilgrimage is doomed from the start without our Soul Guard. So Hina's core stone was stolen. So what? We're just gonna have to steal it back. Without you and Hina's help, I never would have gotten this far in the first place. I won't abandon you both now.
Don't forget, you're not just our Soul Guard, Val. You're our friend and companion. This isn't a journey you have to complete alone. We're in this together.
Precisely. I would wish for none other than you to bid us a fond farewell at the end of our arduous adventure. Please, find it within yourself to continue this campaign with the rest of us.
Thank you. All of you. I shouldn't be asking any favors, but Orin has Hina's core stone, and I want to get it back. Will you help me? Before we set out, Hina and I decided that if Orin's plan was a bust, we'd like to see this pilgrimage through to the end. It may only be a small piece of her, but I want to bring Hina's core stone to the Manate Tree in her stead.
An entity's core stone is its elementary essence. If we convey Hina's to the Manate Tree, we may stave off greater tragedy.
You're forgetting that we have no idea where Orin's gone. He could be anywhere in the world by now.
He said something about an Elucia Isle, I think.
Didn't you say Elucia Isle? Perhaps luck is on our side today. Elucia is the self-same island where the Manate Tree grows. You're already on your way.
As I recall, first we must scale the Dead Cliffs. I have visited the vigilant Beast Watch who guard the bluff. It was terrifyingly tall.
Climb the cliffs? Don't be silly. You can use the jack seed, just like all the other alms. This special seed can swiftly grow a huge vine, big enough to scale the cliff. It saved the convoys a lot of time and effort on previous pilgrimages.
Then what are we standing around here for? Let's go find that lowlife Orin and get Hina's core stone back.
The sooner we recover her core stone, the sooner we can continue our campaign to the Manate Tree and prevent any potential disasters.
What about the alms of light and darkness?
None have been named yet, but when they are, I'll send word that they are awaited here in the capital. You can come back and fetch them.
Once we're done in Elucia, we'll make sure to come back. It's not that far. As long as I've got Hina's core stone, I can fulfill my duty as the Soul Guard and safely escort all the alms to the Manate Tree. Looks like we're headed to Elucia Isle. Hina, I'll try my best.
I'm certain that Hina wasn't the only alm sent on this pilgrimage with misgivings in their heart. The burden is heavy, to be sure. Now it's up to Val and the others to shoulder that burden and carry on. If only there was something else to ease their load. Wait!
What is it, Father?
My 9 lives flashed before my eyes. I almost sent you all on your way without a proper introduction to my emporium. Your trip will only get tougher from here on out. Make sure you're good and ready before you leave.
Time to get on the road again.
Okay, everyone. I guess the Dead Cliffs are our first stop.
Correct. From Illistana, we must go by way of Arvet's pasture. We should see the cliffs once we cross Dura Gorge. The Beast Watch keeps an eye on the area around the cliffs. Without their protection, the one route to the Manate Tree could be overrun.
The Watch is all beast folk like you, right, Morley?
In the same way that the Soul Guard always hails from Tiania, the greatest warriors of Aetern are chosen for the Beast Watch ranks.
The whole world has their parts to play in the rejuvenation of mana. Now it's time for us to play ours.
Well then, lead the way, Mr. Soul Guard.
Arvet's pasture supplies food to the whole world. Its vast, lush fields are abundantly fertile. Though peaceful now, in the past people fought over this very land.
Arvet's war, right? I remember Hina reading historical accounts, and...
Hina was quite the ravenous reader, was she not?
Just fields and farms as far as the eye can see, huh?
A familiar sight. It reminds me of Milpa's ranch.
Imagine having to plow this whole pasture.
The caretakers here rely on the capital and the blessings of the spirits to cultivate their crops.
Yes!
Want to do this at once, huh? You're mine!
Truthfully, I am disappointed.
This is kind of exciting. A rare item! Taking this. Why do you switch to masculine clothes when you're incognito?
Because compared to my usual outfit, they are completely opposite.
You can dress a queen up, but you can't take her anywhere. That room is definitely contained.
It's easy to change clothes, but only these.
Come at me!
You're stronger for every battle.
Taking this. Yes!
You're mine! Watch out now!
Let us take a moment to pause.
Help us out! Looks like this'll carry me where I need to go. Let me see. Is this? Taking this. Got some syrup. So when exactly did that Arvid's pasture war happen?
Historical volumes have been somewhat vague, but it was before the establishment of Illistana.
Hard to imagine fighting over such a bountiful meadow.
Was Orin an acquaintance of yours? An ally of old, perhaps?
Val and Hina met him after they set out from Tiania. From what I was able to glean, he's not a merchant.
Orin took advantage of them. He's a coward and a cheat.
Grizzly! Let me see. Nice!
Go another round.
Yes! Taking this. Power of mana! I'm brimming with power. Got some syrup. Yes. This is kind of exciting. Nice. This might be useful. Yes! Looks like I'm in luck, huh? Taking this? Yes! Grizzly! Got some syrup. Taking this?
Hazel's always fun to be around when he's mopey, but I don't know what to say either.
My suggestion is to allow him some space, Karina.
He's trying, but it takes time to get your thoughts in order after such loss. It's time when you
Where are the real monsters at? Grizzly! Must protect everyone!
Truthfully, I am disappointed.
Got some syrup. A soul guard's resolve never sways. Got some syrup. Let me see. Nice. Are you worried about me? Thanks, buddy. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll be okay. Grizzly! Yes! Nice!
I was told once that the area around Dura Gorge hasn't changed much since ancient times. The monsters are formidable too. Don't let your guard down for a moment.
Not everyone's perfect like you, Morley. But Hina's here too. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Don't worry about it, okay?
Let's just do our best to stay vigilant.
Hina would be deeply disappointed in us if we were to incur any injuries. moisture in the air is completely absent, but the wind spirits are still present.
It's the worst. Val, move in front of me to block the gusts.
Okay. I guess this could count as protecting the islands.
How many times have you visited the gorge, Palomina?
Not frequently, I fear. Certainly not often enough to become used to the challenging climate.
This is kind of exciting, isn't it? This.
Let's see what you're mine.
You're mine!
I'm all right.
You're mine! Take this!
I'm all right.
Easy!
My aim.
Spirit circle! Okay, you're mine!
Taking a fight with us was foolish.
Got some syrup!
Do not forget to watch your footing, Val.
Sorry. Sounds like you're protecting me more than I'm protecting you.
Harold, I merely have nothing detrimental to befall our friends.
I can help you. This could be the last of it.
My aim.
Watch out now!
It's useless. It's hard to work the energy.
Got some syrup! Taking this?
What did you do for fun as a kid, Palomina?
Let me see. I read and reviewed the written word. I learned about flora and fauna. Oh, I would often experiment with different types of tea.
There's Lil Cactus.
Got some syrup! Let me see, is this? Looks like this'll carry me where I need to go. Time to shine! I'm brimming with power. Grizzly! Watch yourselves, everyone! Come at me!
Not drop your defenses until the very end.
You're okay.
Those are the elemental vessels.
Go another way.
Dead end? No. I bet the power of wind could help here.
Let's ask Sylvia for some assistance.
Got some syrup. Quite a difference from the pasture we passed through before, huh?
I always consider the changing landscape as another thing to look forward to while traveling.
Hina would have loved to see all these places.
I don't think he'll let us through without a fight.
We must make him move by force.
Looks like
You're mine!
buckle up.
You ready for this?
No holding back!
Buckle up.
Got your back! You're mine!
I can still fight.
Elemental vessel is ready.
Light elemental attacks will lower the defense.
Got it!
Lumina!
Figure out which element I think you're getting angry. Do 'em. You're mine! Whoa! Stand back! Take this! You're mine! The enemy is weak! Won't stop now! It's almost over! Salamander! You're mine! You're mine! You're mine! Take this! You're mine! That's it! Now don't stop attacking!
Now we can keep moving.
Why do we have to fight such big monsters? They should just let us go already.
The Dede Cliffs are just ahead. We should arrive shortly.
Grant me power!
Hey! Oh, Yom's in the Soul Guard. Wow! Hurry! Let's go tell the grown-ups. Yeah, hurry up! Wow! What a welcome.
I feel the weight of my role as an alm.
Thanks for bringing down the mood, Palomina.
Don't blame her. As queen, she knows exactly the manpower needed to provide for the alms. The Beast Watch may guard the Dede Cliffs, but it's the support of Illistana that sustains them here.
Let us first greet the overseer of the watch before we consider climbing the cliffs.
The Dede Cliffs. They're so tall you can't see anything on the other side.
You're telling me people would climb these cliffs? No way.
The children went in the direction of the garrison. We should follow them.
So, how do we get this jack seed growing?
The Beast Watch should know what to do. It's safe in their hands.
Shall we seek an audience with the overseer of the watch?
Let me see. Nice! Got some syrup. Taking this. Yes! Got some syrup. Grizzly! Yes! This is kind of exciting. A rare item!
We are glad you all, Alms and Soul Guard alike, have arrived safely. We have been waiting.
Overseer Molabe, how do you fare this fine day?
Well, Your Majesty, though from now on I will address you as the Alm of Water, Undine's chosen and pride of both Illistana and the members of the Watch alike. There is yet another surprising presence within this convoy, the Alm of the Moon.
Yes, sir. I am Morley, newly appointed by the elemental Luna once her blessing was restored to the land.
There has been no better news heard in the garrison for years. As children of the parish ourselves, we are glad to hear that Aetern is not gone forever.
Hi, hello. Alm of Wind at your service.
It is my honor. I have greeted many alms of wind, but none have had such a robust aura as yourself. The goddess of mana will surely rejoice at the power you'll bring forth into the world.
Aw, you're just saying that. But flattery will get you everywhere.
And where might the Alm of Fire be?
The Alm of Fire is...
I see. Then Tiania has no chosen this year. Eruptions will scorch the earth with fire from every fissure. The wind will rage, and the winged fall flightless. Pure waters will run foul, and disease spread. The moon's hold over time will splinter, depriving all beings of logic.
Every land has their own legend of disaster.
Guju and Aetern each saw calamity transpire. Tiania will surely be the next to succumb. Where mana ceases to flow, tragedy follows. Such is the way of things.
It's been a while since I heard the prophecy of Aetern's demise. It sounds wrong.
Well, you know how these old prophecies go, Morley. Besides, Luna's back, so there's nothing to worry about anymore.
Not good. I gotta get Hina's core stone back. Has a Gaian traveler come through this area recently?
Besides yourselves, We've only had contact with messengers from Illistana lately.
Thanks anyway.
Orin is either late or lying in wait in a less frequented location. We must not linger long before leaving for Elucia Isle, lest we lose our advantage.
Time is of the essence. Let's see to the growing of the jack seed. Gloriosa!
The Watch is tasked with performing the ceremonial planting and watering of the jackseed. The ritual is quite specific. We will see to the preparations. Please go to the rear of the garrison. The seed is planted. Now we must water it.
Commence the watering, Gloriosa.
Spirits of Earth, we beseech you, bring life forth from this barren soil. Guide the alms over the cliffs and to Elucia beyond.
Wow, I didn't think it would really work.
As we feared, the power of Earth has grown too weak.
What do you mean?
4 years passed. The Alm of Earth was prevented from completing her sacrifice. Ever since, the soil has been unsuited for growing plants, even as far away as here in Dede.
Without the blessings of Earth, the vegetation here screams for sustenance.
Even with an ocean between you, you feel the effects from Guju?
So, does that mean, this little baby sprout isn't going to get any taller? Are we gonna have to try and scale the cliffs to get to Elucia ourselves?
That might be difficult. How many days would it set us back?
A definite dilemma.
There may be a solution. If you can ask to borrow the powers of Gnome, Elemental of Earth, he may be able to restore our soil.
The Earth Elemental, huh? Though Guju is gone, it's possible that the Elemental is still in the vicinity.
That would make sense. Luna was still in a cairn.
We found the Elemental of the Moon. I trust we can find Gnome as well.
Guju. The Earth Village. There's a chance that Liza is still there too. I'll get you back, Hina. I promise. Just a little longer.
There should be a boat from the free city of Tsata that will take us there.
Then let's make for Tsata.
Soil that once brought life turns all to dust and stone.
Is there any mana left to sustain the land of Guju and its elemental?